welcome in everyone. I almost did not make the show on time today. I was having audio problems at the last second. Hopefully everybody can hear me. So yes, this is like an audio test really quickly just to make sure. All right, we've already got some folks in chat. Yes, hopefully. I wanted to start at least a minute early. Oh, 1 second here. Let me just change something really quickly over here on the side. All right. So welcome in, everyone. Let me put on my banners here. All right. And let's welcome everybody in. We got Susie Q was in here earlier. Well, hope if she's in here right now, welcome in, Susie. Twinkle Toes with a little message earlier about Pink Fairy. Tonight we're going to have Food Fight. Let me put this up here. Foodie Fighter, rather. We've got two different diets here. We got Pink Fairy fighting with the fake keto style. We've got Foodie fighting with the feeder style. That's what they each bring to the table. We're going to compare them. We're going to contrast them. We're going to see the differences between fake keto and somebody who's just appealing to feeders. Is there any difference? Is the difference in their mind? But first, we've got a new vid from Chantal. That's right, a new mukbang. So we can see firsthand what Chantal is about. And let me finish welcoming everyone in. Rally Point, welcome in. Pleasure to have you tonight. Not Sunshine Country Chickens. Oh, used to watch her years ago. I'm pretty new to Pink. I'm just really interested in her really trollish or just poorly thought out diet content. I don't know what I would call it exactly, but we'll see what you folks think. Welcome in, Foodie Beauty action figure. Peace, baby. Good to have you. Hello again, Rally. Rosalind, pardon if my voice is just a little bit hoarse. I've been overusing it a little bit. It's a little horse, it's a pony, right? Terrible pun, terrible pun. Hey, Epiista, how you doing? Hope you have a great night. Oh, and yes, please, everyone, if you're enjoying the show, hit the like. And if you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. Oh, there you are, Susie Q. Great to have you tonight. Yelly B, glad you could make it. Excellent. Oh, and all right, so we have a lot of former Pink Fairy viewers, people who can educate me a little bit better. And hopefully I'll be able to make it all the way till 10 tonight. I may have to cut it just a little bit early if my voice gives out. Hopefully it does not. I have some drinks with me. All right, so let's get started, shall we? With Chantal just did a new vid. Hold on, let me make sure I got the right one here. Oh, and I was actually watching Pete's a little bit. Before I get started, I was actually watching Pete's because I was thinking about sniping Pete's. Because, you know, why not? I don't really care for the guy. I don't mind sniping his stream. But it's just so darn boring. He's just eating pizza and just not even talking. He's just like, yeah, the pizza's like thick. It's like really thick pizza. Yeah, I can't even eat anymore. It's so thick. It's like, what? That's his whole stream. So there you go. If you want to watch Pizza's stream, now you don't have to. You just heard everything that happened. At least everything that happened in the last half hour. Sorry, Rudy. Sarah is not here tonight. Sarah is probably going to be on later tonight. She said hi to me. She said say hi to everybody. She hopefully will be in the chat maybe a little bit later, but she's pretty busy tonight. Yes, 7:02 p.m. for you, Rudy. Hopefully we'll have some numbers for you. For our number one first video, we are going to be doing Foodie. It looks like she's at least 4 crabs in her basket. It's got to be well over 1,000 calories. Probably, maybe not quite 2,000 this time. I haven't really got a good look at it. But let's see. So let me share the screen. 1 second here. So we can get a good look at it. Maximize that sucker. Add it to the stream.
Guys, hello. So, welcome back to another video. All right, disclaimer, this is an eating on-camera video. So if you are triggered by eating noises, messy eating, just people eating in general, and fat people eating what they want, this is not the video for you. So have a nice day.
Okay, everybody, if that's you, if you really can't, if you know that Foodie's eating is just going to be too disgusting even to watch at all, even with my commentary, hopefully softening the edges, then that's the trigger warning from her. And I will put in, I'm not a cat owner, so I don't know much about cats, but just using I want to ask your opinion, folks. You know much better than me. Is crab shell safe to give to a cat? Because it just feels to me like crab shells aren't safe to give to cats. Maybe they're careful eaters. They're good eating around the shell. I don't have a cat. I don't know. But you can see how Foodie very generously just gives the shells to the cat without much crab in there. So it's cruel to make the cat think it's getting food, even if it's safe. I don't know if it's safe or not though. So yeah, if the cat, as far as I can see, doesn't get hurt or sick or anything, but if that's something, just want to let you know that might be something you see as well. I mean, you can see what I mean. She doesn't feed the entire crab shell, but she does feed some nice sized chunks to it. Oh, hey Archie, how are you? Oh, that's fantastic. That's lovely. Hope you have a fantastic time with you and your son. Yeah, crab and shrimp are pretty healthy. It just depends how you make them. If you steam them, if you don't put on a lot of sauces or oil or anything like that, they are very healthy. Just as long as you don't have a lot of sauce and things on them. And you can eat too much, but as long as you don't eat too many, you don't go crazy, they are pretty healthy. Hey Camps, hola, welcome in. Yeah, no, they don't have many. They're pretty healthy in general. But I don't think they're gonna satisfy Foodie. Welcome in, Rose. Yeah, there you go, Camps. That's why crabs and shrimp and lobster and shellfish get a bad reputation for calories, because people tend to dunk them in butter, or they serve them with very heavy sauces. But if they're plain, they're very low in calories, and they're rich in flavor. They're high in protein. Shellfish it can be a little bit high in cholesterol, but it's not an issue unless you eat a lot of it. So I think overall it's a pretty good choice. Okay, so no, the shells are not a good, I didn't think they were. Maybe a tiny piece, okay. But just avoid, yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Yeah, and she doesn't give the cat like a piece of meat. Like you'd think she would just pull out a piece of meat and give it, but instead she pulls out the meat and eats the meat and gives the cat the empty shell. All right, let me get back on Foodie, I'm sorry.
For those of you remaining, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna say right now, I have a lot to talk about today, a lot on my mind. Some days I'm less talkative. Today I'm talkative. And today I have Chinese food because, I love Chinese food. I get this craving every once in a while, probably at least once a week, at least. So, of course, my cat.
Ooh, you want some food.
They can watch too, right?
This place makes the best iced tea with the lemon slices. She was sleeping comfortably in her box mountain. I know people are like, box mountain starting? Yes, well, it's a box for my cats. I have 2 boxes right now littered around the place because cats love boxes, and every time I find a nice box, sorry, why are cats so cute that you feel the need to talk in a weird, nonsensical way?
See, I was thinking that it might depend on the shell. Because I know that shrimp shells are soft. At least some of them are. But some crab shells can be very hard and very thick. These shells look pretty thin and light. Like they don't look, they look like if you chewed them, they wouldn't break your teeth. They don't look like those hard shell crabs. But we'll see how they go. But this is, like I said, part of why I've never really been a pet owner. So I just err on the side of caution. Try not to feed stuff to the animals. I've always been taught, just don't feed the animals if they're not yours. Foodie takes that too literally.
All right, let's open this up.
All right, so let's see what she's got here.
Different here on camera. Actually, I don't want to wear my ring for this because I don't want it to get dirty. I have spring rolls, which is a must for me. And wow.
Wow.
I don't know if I can give you any of this, Julia, but I kind of regret ordering this because I feel grossed out. I ordered crab, but crabs remind me of giant spiders. And the legs are freaking me out, but the taste of crab is so good.
Oh, no
I wish I could
problem.
hire someone to just crack the crab.
Enjoy
for me
yourself,
and give me
Skinny.
meat.
They can be.
Professional crab cracker. All right.
Crabs can be high in cholesterol, but I would say that unless you already have a cholesterol problem, I wouldn't worry about it. If you have a cholesterol problem, then you may want to talk to your doctor or your dietitian. But if you otherwise don't have an issue with your cholesterol, then I would say not to worry.
It smells like seafood. No, it smells good. So this is just steamed crab with vegetables. I don't have any utensils for crabs.
Welcome in, Scuba
Yes,
Diving
it is.
Shisha Fight.
Bismillah.
And welcome in, Spicy Kimchi.
Let's have a spring roll first. So I want to
Interesting.
tell you some things about binge eating, okay? Because I get quite a lot.
Okay, I don't like to do a lot of triggers because I usually like to be careful about stuff. But just in case you heard Chantal say it, she's going to talk about binge eating. If that's something that's sensitive to you, you might not want to listen for at least a couple minutes here. Just tune it out. Otherwise, Chantal's going to give her opinion. I haven't listened to it yet, so I can't tell you what it's going to be, but my expectations are not too high with Chantal. I mean, I have watched some of this video, but I certainly haven't memorized it. Just kind of skimmed through it.
The majority of my comments, some of you, Beezers, etc., leave nothing but positive, loving comments, okay? And people seem to think that these people are ass kissers. So here's the thing. I want you to just disregard what I'm eating and think of binge eating disorder as not what I'm eating, but as a mental restriction with food, okay?
Welcome in. Freedom
Let's see if I can
Deep.
give her something. Julia?
Oh.
No sauce.
Hey, Beast, it does seem like a good cook. Welcome in, Alaska
You like
Beach.
crabs? You like crabs?
Different kind of
I
crabs.
wonder how
But
he likes crab. Try to save him some. Okay. Yeah, as an attitude towards food,
yes,
basically.
let me pause this quickly. These crabs, as far as do they look small? I'm not going to say small, but they're definitely not large. I don't know what kind of crabs these are specifically. I'm sure that they have a slightly different breed of crab they use. They eat over in Kuwait than we eat over here. These are probably from the Gulf. They look kind of meaty. I'm not going to say these look bad because I've been to some Chinese buffets where they give you the crabs that are so small there's not even any meat. You just suck on the shell. There's not even any meat at all. And those are usually blue crabs that are the culprit when they serve them that are just way too small. Whenever they have all-you-can-eat crab at a Chinese buffet, it's always going to be tiny, tiny, tiny blue crabs. And there's going to be nothing but shells. These look a little bit better than that. These don't look up there with, what do they call them? The king crab. Those are my favorite. Those have giant chunks of meat in there. You can't go wrong with the king crab. They have hard shell, but the giant chunks of meat. You really get your money's worth. Even though they're expensive, you actually get a lot to eat. The snow crab is kind of in between. This kind of looks like snow crab as far as the amount of meat versus shell. So I'd say it's kind of average, maybe a little bit on the smaller side, but it's not terrible. And I will also say positively, this doesn't look like it was soaked in a lot of butter either. This looks like this was boiled. Those vegetables look boiled. I don't see a lot of oil sitting in the bottom of the bowl. Now, when she eats some of it out of there, we'll get a good look at it. So preliminary calories counts. Oh, let me check the chat also really quickly. Yeah, eating crab is so messy. You're right, Susie. Because when you rip the shells, it sprays little bits of meat all over the place. Look, hey, Travis, haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're doing okay. Last time I spoke to you, you had a lot going on, man. Hopefully everything's all right with you. I said a prayer, and good to see you again, man. Yeah, they're a little on the small side. I'm always on the positive. I'm always trying to be positive, but they're not large crabs. Definitely not. Yeah, these look partially cracked already, but the shell is still on there. But they do look partially cracked at least. She's gonna tell us how she lost 100 pounds. She hasn't crabbed that big. And that's one more thing. Kidney J, welcome in. Welcome in. Kidney J did a great video about Pink Fairy. I think after watching this, you may want to check that out, or if you haven't seen it already, because that's really tells us a lot about that lady. And yes, anybody who saw Chantal's last mukbang, Skinny did it last night, so I don't plan to run it. But just to go over it quickly, she went nutty on the food. She hit such a big pour. She would, like, partway through, about 14 minutes in, 13 minutes in, like something came over her. And she just like had this experience. She's like, I just want to eat. And she just like started going, like her just whole expression changed. And she just, and the way the video just cut off, I feel like she probably ate the entire thing without stopping. And then she just cut the video in the middle just because she was too embarrassed to show us the whole thing. So, oh, here's an interesting fact a factoid from Sunshine Country Chickens. Normal adults typically synthesize about 1 gram of cholesterol per day, and the total body content is about 35 grams. Okay, so about 35 grams total throughout the body, and you synthesize about 1 gram per day. Now, I mean, I guess we can't digest every drop of cholesterol we consume, but that's still a good number to have, I think, for knowledge's sake. You know, I appreciate that, Sunshine. Yes, Peace Baby. I kind of feel you on that. They're right on the border of they're not really worth it in my opinion. I wouldn't turn them down, but I wouldn't order them. I think that's the way I would say it. I would not order these crabs, but if somebody served them to me, I wouldn't turn them away. But these are not crabs I would order. I would want something a little bit meatier, personally. Oh, and the calorie count really quickly. A calorie count, those spring rolls have to be over 200 calories each. So let's just say 200 each with the sauce, 250, or 200 calories each, another 100 something for the sauce. So like 650 for the plate of spring rolls, maybe a little bit less. Let's say 600 for the plate of spring rolls with the sauce. The tea is going to be another 250. The plate of crabs is the oddball because I don't know what kind of sauce they used, if they used any butter. If they didn't use sauce, I think this whole meal might actually come in under 2,000, but probably not by too much. But again, it's going to depend if they used a lot of sauce or not. So let it go in. I'm going to welcome everybody else in. Thank you, everybody who's come in. My apologies to any lurkers, to anyone I've missed. If anybody has a comment for me, please just tag me. And if I miss it, tag me again. I'm not ignoring anybody on purpose. It's just I have trouble keeping up sometimes. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Oh, and please hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content.
Like, there is a lot of mental conditioning. I think diet culture literally conditions people to have eating disorders. Like,
Agreed.
For example, all of these comments I see, these people are conditioned as well. Like saying, you know, this is a reasonable meal to me, okay? You might think the spring rolls are fried, they're not healthy. That's your personal opinion, and you may be right, but it still doesn't exacerbate an eating disorder. What does, and I've learned this, and I know you're thinking, oh, you're an expert on eating disorders. Yes, I have an eating disorder, therefore I want to become an expert on it so that I can learn from it.
See, now Foodie makes a good point here. She says she wants to become an expert on eating disorders. I can respect that. I'm somebody who's lost a lot of weight, partly because I've educated myself a lot about nutrition and health, fitness, all of that stuff. So I can respect that 100%. But one thing I wasn't doing is I wasn't going on the internet giving out opinions on these kind of subjects when I hadn't even begun my weight loss journey. I had success losing weight a few times in the past, and I still didn't feel comfortable discussing it until I had done it multiple times and really learned it inside out. For her to lecture people on eating disorders when she doesn't have the knowledge yet, I can't support that. So she's just kind of being foolish here.
And I can help others, and I can cure myself.
Help others. Okay,
and I can help myself by educating myself on the matter. Like, for example, if somebody's diagnosed with cancer, it's not uncommon for them to go and seek educate themselves and seek out, information that could help them better understand what they're going through. So
probably not, Rally. Oh, and by the way, Skinny's going to be doing a reaction on this later, so I'm not going to be covering the entire mukbang. I'm actually going to be just covering the parts where she talks about the eating, and I'm going to be covering a little more of the food, and then the calories. Then we're going to be moving on to some other content as well, because Skinny's going to be covering this later, so you're going to get her opinion on this too. But yeah, let's keep going. Oh, and Hippie Easta, I want to just single out what Hippie Easta said a moment ago. I lost her comment, but yeah, my family were not great cooks either. I had to teach myself to cook because I like to eat, and I totally understand where Hippie Easta is coming from, respect, and I agree. It's something that it's great to learn from your family, but unfortunately, we don't all get that chance. But it's never too late to learn to cook. It's not something that takes decades. You can learn in a matter of weeks. You can learn some basic cooking, and in less than a year, you can be a decent cook. You just gotta put some time and effort in. So anybody who doesn't know how to cook, just put in the time and effort. You can at least learn to make some basic stuff. You may never be a great chef, but you can learn some basic recipes. And you can also learn to be healthier by learning to cook, because you'll realize where you can cut a lot of fat and carbs out without affecting the flavor. Welcome in, everyone.
That's something that I've been doing. And something clicked, like, okay,
Hello, Kels.
it's about the mental conditioning. So you have to mentally decondition yourself to labeling food as bad. So when you watch me and you say, that food's going to kill you, that food is bad. No, food is food. It's not evil. It's not good. It's neutral. It's just food. It's how we utilize things, right? It's like blaming the gun for shooting somebody. It's the same thing.
See, but what Foodie's saying right now, I'm not going to disagree with I'm not going to completely disagree with her on far as food. I think there's some foods that you probably should try to avoid in general. I don't think there's any food that you can never eat, but I think that there's some things that I would avoid. I would avoid a lot of fast foods because there's nothing redeeming about them in my opinion, but you can eat them, I guess. But the issue with Foodie is always the portion. This meal here is the closest thing I've seen her eat to a normal sized portion that didn't come in a meal kit. This is a big portion, but it does not look like a family size. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this would be 2 people, this would not be much. Because those crabs, there's not a lot of meat in there. The 3 spring rolls and then the tea and the sauce and everything. But I don't think this is going to satisfy her personally. She's going to spend a lot of time picking at these crabs, and I don't think she's going to be too satisfied.
And restriction and cutting out certain foods, such as saying, this is bad, I shouldn't eat this, I should just eat some vegetables and some crab. It is restriction, and that leads to
exactly.
The binge cycle.
So
I'll post the binge cycle here.
So here's the binge restrict cycle. And here on the diagram, you can see restricting is a huge part of it. Eating less than normal and eating only certain types of food. So completely eliminating foods, even trigger foods. We have to learn to neutralize those trigger foods and reframe the thoughts. And
let's go back a second here to this chart of hers. Now, I get this chart here, a trigger warnings for anybody, but I've already given a few, so I'm gonna think we don't need to share any more of those. Okay, it says right here, the restricting portion, the struggle, the binge, the struggle again. I basically understand this. I can relate to this. I certainly have binged. I've had issues with binging in the past. I don't want to get in too much to my personal story tonight. But the thing is, the restricting portion is the thing that Chantal she needs to restricting is not the same thing as eating healthy. Restricting says eating less than normal, eating only certain types of food. Restricting does not mean eating in a healthy manner. Chantal says everything other than eating massive quantities of junk food is restricting. So she's being facetious when she talks about her restriction. Not to say she never restricts, but she calls everything restriction.
And here on the diagram, you can see restricting is a huge part of it. Eating less than normal and eating only certain types of food. So completely eliminating foods, even trigger foods. We have to learn to neutralize those trigger foods and reframe the thoughts and let go of those mental restrictions.
Geez, I'm getting behind here. I got to rush ahead a little bit, folks. Welcome into anybody I missed.
Hi, baby girl.
My apologies. Darn right.
And as you can see,
I'm cutting through so many comments. My apologies here.
make sure there's no sauce.
Very much agreed, Rose.
As you can see, that guilt, that restriction when you overeat, like, okay, I'm not going to eat this anymore.
That is a good question, Sunshine Country Chickens. How is it not against TOS? YouTube doesn't enforce TOS very well. They just enforce it kind of all over the place. Okay, so I wish I could say a little bit better. She has no control over food. You know, exactly, and welcome in again, Spicy Kimchi. She preaches things that she does not practice. This whole food back and forth thing that she did is absolutely nutty. And like you said here, she's showing us this stuff in the paperwork, justifying herself. Exactly. And I'm sorry about that, your situation you had, Alaska Peach. Hopefully nobody sticks you with any shellfish without you knowing. Just make sure you let people know, because sometimes people don't realize. So I don't want to give you that. How much weight have I lost? Well, geez, over the years, back and forth, a lot. But at once, my heaviest, I was almost 300 pounds, and now I'm down to about 180 something, 190. So about 100 pounds, 90 pounds. I'm at a healthy weight now, maintaining my weight. Been maintaining it for probably better part of a year now. I was at a healthy weight for a while during my life, but I also was heavy for a period, for a lot of periods. I was heavy as a kid. It's a long story, but I've lost a lot of weight recently and kept it off for a while now, so I'm pretty happy with that. Oh yeah, let me put up my, I got my Cash App up, everybody. Oh, let me thank Icy, by the way. The other day, Icy, I don't think they're even in chat right now. Icy847, I think it is. But Icy is the one who kindly sent me yes, Icy847 sent me a Cash App the other day, and I missed them. And I want to say thank you to Icy847. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for the Cash App, the $10. Very much appreciated. Yes, having the grandma who knows what's up. That's a luxury. That's fantastic to get that. No, she certainly doesn't. Yeah, diagnosing herself is ridiculous. Welcome in, Twinkle Toes. Saw you were here earlier. Oh, thank you, Archie. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Susie Q. Thank you very much, Camps. Thank you, Alaska Peach. I thought everybody kind of already knew. I guess I should say that more often. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that I've done a lot of weight loss myself. And I've had family members who've done weight loss successfully, unsuccessfully. I've had a lot of unsuccessful weight loss. I've just done it and been there and back, and I'm just very happy that I'm at the healthiest weight I've ever been in. I'm as old as I've ever been, obviously, but I'm as healthy as I've ever been. So I'm very happy with that. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate and respect that. Well, it's not good to lose weight from illness. My weight loss was a healthy weight loss. It was basically all fat. I actually gained some muscle while I was losing the weight. It was a good weight loss. Not all weight loss is good weight loss, but hopefully you got mostly fat off as well. So the muscle you lost, hopefully you can put some of that back on. You definitely can at least put some of it back on. Wow, 60 plus chickens. That is so, oh wow, I didn't realize you really are a chicken farmer. That's so fantastic. I think farming is such a fantastic thing. I respect that so much. Farmers are a big part of what built our country, and just, they're the backbone of our, of so much of our society. Thank you very much. Well, I didn't realize that, Detective. Hey, you know what? It's a struggle, but you're in the right direction. That's what matters. We can't. We go up and down. It's hard to. It's a struggle, but as long as you're always maintaining, you're moving in the right direction. And if you're losing, you're moving forward at twice that speed. Oh, that's interesting, Hippieista. The dye is made from shellfish, is it, or something derived from it? Oh, that's right, Twinkle Toes. I saw your message earlier. I welcomed you in before you came in. Well, why do I care so much? I just interested, I think, because I talk a lot about weight loss, and Chantal talks a lot about weight loss herself, and I don't think she provides a lot of accurate information. But a lot more people watch her than me. So if I want to spread a positive message, I think this is the best way to get it out. It's also interesting to me, in a reality TV sense. Chantal is somebody who is clearly gaining a lot of weight, and I want to see the mindset of somebody who is so out of touch with their own reality. It's interesting to watch. So, and that's interesting to me as well. So welcome into everybody. Oh, that's right, Archie, you like to dance. Dancing is such fantastic exercise, too. Yeah, it burns a lot of calories. You dancers need to eat a lot to keep your weight on. Oh, you know, I don't mind admitting it. I'm in my yeah, I'm in my we'll say my very, very, very late 30s. My very, very, very late 30s. We'll just say it like that. That's close enough. Next question. Shellfish are in a lot of things, especially the ocean. Geez, I'm getting so far behind reading the comments again. Let's let some of the video go.
No, it doesn't work that way. That causes a binge. And I hate to use this as an example in I'm not targeting, I'm not being rude. But it is public, so I'm allowed to comment on it. You know, just like you guys say about me, you put it out there, people can comment.
There you go.
Fat chick was doing, she has binge eating disorder too. I know exactly what she's going through. I fully support her, and I feel like she's, you know, I understand what she's going through, okay? But what I don't support is the carnivore diet, because it's super unreasonable. It's counterproductive to binge eating recovery, okay? And that's how I've done that for so many years too. I still struggle every day with that mindset. Okay, every time I eat something like this, I immediately think after, oh my gosh, I did so much wrong today, I might as well go binge out. No, I have to like catch myself and recondition my thinking, you know, getting rid of those food rules, saying, it's fine, I had a few spring rolls, I'm not, you know, nothing's gonna happen, I can have them again in the future, this is not bad food, okay?
Okay, Chantal said a lot, I had it on high speed, I even had the volume down. I hope everybody heard that. That was a lot. That was a lot. The carnivore diet. I am not an expert on the carnivore diet. I know that the carnivore diet can be healthy, but putting sticks of butter on everything is not the best way to do it. I think HFC, her daily resting calories, because she is very much overweight, just being at all active is going to burn a lot of calories for her. So if she cuts out all the carbs, it's going to be very hard for her to get in enough calories to get her daily calories in without those carbs. So I think the carnivore diet can work for her. The issue is, because she eats all those extra calories from fat, all that butter, which is not a good choice, which she really shouldn't be having. And I guess it's better than her old diet, which was just overeating everything. But adding all that extra butter to everything is really putting her in a dangerous place, because if she has any carbs, all that butter is gonna turn to body fat. Her body's gonna slip out of the ketosis mode, and it's not gonna go right back into it until it finishes digesting those carbs. I'm not an expert on biochemistry, but from my understanding, that's kind of how it works. That on a keto diet, if you cheat with too many carbs, it throws your whole body out of whack, and it throws the whole weight loss out of whack, and all the fat that your body was burning gets put on as body fat at that point. Oh, I get you, Archie. Yeah, I guess anything to an extreme, right? I know the ballet dancers, they can, you know, they'll dance for 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day, and they dance on the tips of their toes all the time. So anything extreme like that is probably not the safest. You know what? I'd be willing to check those out one of these days. Oh, that's fantastic, spicy kimchi. Being able to maintain a healthy body weight that's the real trick, because anybody can lose. Anybody can lose. It's keeping it off. That's the part that, when I say anybody can lose, they're within reason. Not everybody can lose a large amount of weight, but losing a little bit of weight, anybody can do that. Keeping it off, that's what really takes the time. Yeah, absolutely. All right, yes, we are going to get to Pink Fairy, actually. We're not going to run this Chantal vid too much longer, actually. I just want to kind of get through the chat here real quick. 52 pushing 92. All right, fair enough. Amazing house songs. I think that's fair. I'm glad you agree. Yeah, I do like Archie's pick. Dancing is glamorous, but it's like anything. Seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff is tough. It's like seeing behind the scenes for gymnastics, right? Those girls, they break their backs doing the gymnastics, but it looks very beautiful. Or the ice skaters. Skateboarding, that's a good example. Those guys break their necks riding the skateboards, but it looks so graceful when they hop around and they do it successfully. Yeah, we're gonna do some Pink Fairy. In my very early 50s is Twinkle Toes Pondu. All All right, I'll be honest, folks. I'm in my early 40s. I say I'm in my late 30s because I don't want to admit it, but I'm 40. There you go. I get you, Archie. And I don't have a problem with somebody just being heavy unless they're in denial and telling other people how to, what they should be doing and following and encouraging such a negative mindset and misleading their audience and just there's just so much there to dislike. Oh, well, that's good. I mean, as long as the 30 pounds is fat loss, as long as it's not all muscle loss, which only she knows for sure. Depends how her clothes fit. But if that 30 pounds is all fat loss, that's fantastic. Even if it's mostly fat loss, it's fantastic. Yeah, if she's getting the weight off, God bless her. That's all I have to say about that. I mean, I'm not even a fan of HFC, but I still don't wish bad health on anyone. I don't like Chantal much, but I still don't wish poor health on her. Not that I necessarily concerned with her either, but I don't hope she fails her diet. I don't hope anybody fails their diet. Darn right. Carnivore is not inherently bad. It's not at all inherent. Carnivore can be quite good. I love my carbs too much to go carnivore, but if somebody can go carnivore, if they do it responsibly, they do it intelligently, they plan it out, they have their vitamins, by all means, it can be a great diet. Red meat is not inherently bad. If you eat fatty red meat all the time, if you eat processed red meat all the time, yeah, that's different. Oh, I gotta wet my throat. Sorry, folks, just talking too much. But if you get lean red beef, like a sirloin steak, ground sirloin, you can have that every night. As long as it's grass-fed or all natural, without all the additives, you can safely have it regularly. All right, let me keep going here. Oh, she's switching over now to include vegetables. I think a balanced diet is better, personally. I'm a fan of balanced diets. It makes it a lot safer to cheat on your diet. We're probably going to go to Pink Fairy in about 10 minutes, so let me put a little bit more of Chantal going on here. But yeah, I think I like this. I like the balanced diet. I think it's so much safer. Ooh, there we go, Archie, with the hard facts. We know that Foodie is eating off camera because what she eats on camera is quite a bit, but she has to be eating far more than this just to maintain her weight, and she's gaining significantly. MFW is somebody who I need to look into more, but she's not on YouTube, so I don't watch her as much. If HFC is actually being successful, then by all means. I'm like I said, I'm not a fan of her personally, but I hope that she does well with her diet. Why not? Good for her. Okay, so let's just... Yeah, the eating loads of butter stuff is not normal for carnivore.
This is a single portion that I bought. So it's like carnivore diets like that are restrictive. You cannot, with somebody with binge eating, you cannot, and I think they can cause binge eating because what happens when so many people fall off? Why do people fall off? Because
I have to note here that I'm not picking on anyone. I go through the same cycle over and over as well, especially when I restrict. I mean, restrict with fad diets, fruit-only diets, etc. I'm not saying all diets are bad, but they are counterproductive to healing from binge eating disorder.
And have to get back into keto reboot or whatever. You think that eating red meat every day with butter on it is healthy? Really?
Well, I definitely like her cutting the carbs, Hippieista. That's the thing. I love her doing carnivore. I just wish she wasn't putting the sticks of butter on everything. That's my issue. It's not the carnivore diet. I think the carnivore diet's great. I think ketovore is great. But I think putting all those sticks of butter on everything is unnecessary. And if she's doing it because it's the only way she could stick to the diet, then do it if you have to. But try to if she's getting away from that, I'm glad she's getting away from that because that's the right direction that she needs to go in long term. Because long term, eating sticks and sticks of butter all the time is not going to be a healthy thing. I don't care what diet you're on. There's no diet in the world that encourages that regularly. So yeah, that's something. Yeah, and at least she's being honest about her diet. If she's genuinely lost the 30 pounds, she's doing the weigh-ins, then respect to that. That's the Foodie doesn't respect her audience enough to do real weigh-ins. I mean, I should probably do some real weigh-ins too. I've done them before, but I should get back to it. But either way, I'm going to do a photo shoot. I'm taking a picture next week for FilllAdorableFish. Also, tonight, let me catch anybody who's just coming in. Soon we will have Food Fighter. We got Pig Fairy with the fake keto style versus Foodie with the feeder style. That's who's gonna be in combat on Food Fighter tonight. All right. Maintenance is hard, Yelly Meat. It is hard because we start to feel comfortable. We start to feel like, oh, I've got it under control now. I can have a little bit more. And it takes discipline. I think that's why crash dieting fails so often, because crash dieting it doesn't prepare you for maintenance. If you slowly cut calories, you slowly cut portions, when you go to maintenance, you're ready for it because you've been doing it slowly, doing a slow diet for a long time. When you do a crash diet, you want to get off that diet. Going on to maintenance is not what your body wants to do. It wants to rebound from the diet. Oh, welcome in, Tara Lynn. And welcome into anybody who if I missed your comments coming in. Anybody watching the replay, please leave a comment if you have an opinion, you want to share what you think. And everybody in the chat, thank you for coming in. And everybody lurking, thank you for coming in. If you're enjoying the content, like I said, leave a like and please subscribe to see a little more if you enjoy it. Yeah, I think she's the queen of YouTube as well. That's another thing that's a little annoying. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You know, it's a lot like athletes. A lot of the healthiest and best looking people, or like models, a lot of the people who look the best aren't always the healthiest on the inside. It's unfortunate. It's like the fitness models. How many of them use all kinds of drugs to get that physique? They use hormones. They use, what do they call it now? SARMs. They use peptides. They use all kinds of stimulants. They use all kinds of drugs. I mean, no other word for it. Hopefully I don't get this video in trouble for saying that, but that's what a lot of these fitness people use. And they all look so healthy on the outside. They're so muscular, they're so cut, no body fat, but their health is suffering for it. Oh, and let me do the poll. Let's end the poll. Everybody, I think you've had a chance to get it in there. And yes, Alaska Beach. I'm gonna hit play and check the poll, but there's a big difference between super morbid and just being overweight.
And nothing but that? You want a steak, have it steak, butter, baked potato, broccoli. What's wrong with that? Are you going to tell me a baked potato is going to kill you?
I love how Chantal talks about what's wrong with that. Then why don't you eat that, Chantal? What's wrong with a baked potato and some broccoli and a steak? Nothing. So why the heck don't you eat that? Why is this meal the closest thing you've ever had to a reasonable portion since you've been in Kuwait? Except for that one day where she was pretending to do the diet meals.
People demonize carbs because of the sugar. But what about the cholesterol and fat, saturated fat in steak and butter?
Hey, everybody's entitled to feel how they feel, Twinkle Toes. And I think part of it is also, as a guy, I don't like to come too hard at Chantal because she's a female. And that's just I guess I'm an old-fashioned guy in that way. I don't think it's appropriate to go off on a female as a male. That's why, like when I talk about Pete's, when I was talking about Steven, I was kind of really being more harsh. I guess I'm too much of a gentleman in that sense. Now I know that Chantel's gonna make fun of that and say, "Oh, gentlemen, why do you talk about women's bodies?" But you know what I mean. I try to take the high road. All good stuff, man.
You're omitting a very important part of your diet, okay? You're removing all pleasure from eating, you know?
That's a good point.
Baby girl, I gave you enough crabs.
Welcome in, Lane.
I don't have any more crabs.
I was eating my diet meal lunch.
Welcome in, Kidney Jan.
Yesterday.
I don't know if I welcome Jan.
And it was a nice burger, nice bun. It must have had egg in the bun or something. She loves eggs. And it was a turkey burger with a few wedges. And she jumped up, and I thought she was just going to stare at me as always. She took the whole bun in her mouth and ran with it.
Baby girl, you don't get it. You don't get it.
Oh, absolutely. especially the way she ate last night.
Baby girl.
Oh, yes, please, Rose.
Anyway.
Oh, yes, Archie. Please do, everyone. Welcome in. If you have something to say, I'm open to hearing it.
I mean...
Welcome in, Blue Eyes.
You know. So that's my point with that.
Oh, and you know what? I've been talking over Chantal, but in fairness to Chantal, she has not claimed to be dieting at the moment. Which is why, in fairness to Chantal, I put her fighting style as feeder. I did not put down fake diet. I gave, let me go back here, sorry. I gave Pig Fairy the fake keto style. Foodie has the feeder style. She is not fake dieting. She is just appealing to feeders straight up. And that's part of why we're going to compare them. Is there really any difference between them? Is there any difference between Pig Fairy allegedly making healthy snacks and Foodie just eating what feeders would want to see her eat? I don't think we're going to find much difference. And that's what the point of the matchup is. So we're going to be getting to Pink's version pretty soon too. And that would be, I think we've seen enough of Chantal for tonight. I'm going to catch up on the comments and then we're going to get to Pink. Oh, thank you, Rose. I try to be positive. I'm sure that if I spent enough time in girl world, it'll eventually drag me down. Go off, Doctor. I do a little bit. Oh, yeah, she's been going nuts on the rice. Good point, Twinkle Toes. She does love giving the advice. Oh, Wookiee lover. You're just in time for the second half of the matchup. Just say she ate lunch. Those fajitas were the first thing she ate yesterday. Interesting piece, baby. I can never get Chantal's timing straight because with the time that she eats versus the time she uploads versus the time that she claims that she eats, we really have no idea what's actually going on. I mean, we have people who could assemble timelines like Rally who keep journals, but that's what it's going to take. It's not possible to get a good list of Chantal, what she does otherwise. Oh, what is she eating anyway? For anybody who's come in late, Chantal's meal today was reasonably sized. That's really the newsflash, that her meal is reasonably sized. She had a large iced tea, which is probably the worst part of what she ordered. She had 3 spring rolls. They were fried, yes, but they were not huge. A cup of sweet sauce. I don't know if that's the sauce there, but the spring rolls and the sauce I would estimate to be around 600 to 700 calories. The tea, about 200 to 300. The crabs. I see about 3 crabs total. They're chopped in half. So I see about 3 half crabs. Maybe 4. I can't really tell for sure. And some some boiled vegetables. They look boiled. Depends how much oil was used. But crabs are relatively healthy unless she's dunking them in butter or some kind of oil sauce, which I haven't really been able to determine. She's been giving the shells to the cat, so she's been keeping all the meat for herself. So overall, I think this meal is probably 1,500 calories or less because the crab is mostly just shell. All right, back to the... Let me catch up on a few of these comments here. She inspire you to get up and take your multivitamin. Yeah, she was just crying 2 weeks ago. Yeah, exactly, Susie Q. Oh, that's right. I heard about that. She was going off the other night. I actually didn't see that. I only heard that. If that's true, and I believe you absolutely, but that's just so crazy to me that Chantal, we were just talking the other day about how the cat clearly doesn't like Chantal. We were all saying how she's always grabbing the cat, it runs away, she's always shooing it away. It clearly doesn't enjoy being around her. Every time she tries to grab it, it hops out of her hands. If it just peed her bed, this cat is a secretly in the chat on our channel somewhere, because it is not a Beezer, that is for sure. Does she actually give the cat anything to eat though? I thought all she ever gave it was empty boxes and just kind of tricked it. Yeah, Rally, she's not given any solid information. She's giving information that doesn't seem very accurate to me. I wouldn't go so far as say it's misinformation, but she doesn't seem to know what she's talking about. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say she's just ignorant. But you might be right. I'm not going to say you're wrong, that's for sure. Oh, that's right. I remember when she did that. She said, oh, she likes to stare at the soda. Okay. Yeah, you can't fool the animals. Why does every animal hate Foodie? Oh yes, Twinkle Toes. Exactly. Pig Fairy needs a chin spanks like Chantal wears. All right, hold on a second, folks. I'll be back in just 1 second. My apologies, folks. Hopefully you can hear me. I just had somebody knocking on the door a second ago there. All right, we're back. My apologies for that. Yeah, very big liar. Okay, let's get back to the show. Very sorry for that, folks. Hopefully it's not too annoying for you. It's certainly annoying for me. All right, let's share this tab instead. That's the problems when you don't have a real workspace, though, right? You got to deal with other people. All right, let me make this the full size. Okay, so this is Pig Fairy allegedly eating healthy snacks. So let me put on the, where is it here? Food Fighter. We got Fairy versus Foodie. All right. Back to Fairy. So this is what I said. Fairy is really full of it. She's really really a troll or a liar or I don't know what. She calls these healthy snacks. Let's look at what she's got here. Salami balls. And she's not dressed very well either. Okay, so Pig, let's hear what you got to say. Speed it up just a little.
Get this part started.
Oh, Stella, yes. Oh, welcome in, Stella Virgin. And that's a great point, Stella. Where's the cat food? She gave her processed cheese, a square of processed cheese. Fantastic. How come she doesn't give her some snacks when Julia comes to eat the food? Why doesn't she offer her some cat snacks? Did Chantal eat all the cat snacks? I mean, seriously, what's going on? And Fairy is a big time troll. Yes, indeed she is. Cream cheese on salami roll-ups. Yeah, everybody, let's see this. These are healthy snacks. Let's listen. We got salami here. It's 120 calories a slice, we can see.
That was Megan, guys. Sorry. Oh, you're fine. I just let them know. Because they were asking, who's that in the background calling? So you just take one of these salamis. And I just use the cream spread because it's just so much better. And the other ones I'm using for...
yeah, disgusting.
Oh, I'm making a cheese ball. Like so.
Okay.
And just give it a little roll.
Only soda.
And then eat it.
Does she? Okay. Is this in violation of YouTube terms of service? Because this woman needs she needs a brassiere or something. She's not.
A little carbon good for you.
I mean, is she wearing one maybe? I don't know.
I ain't know about to do them fancy. I want to get this done. Got my eggs on for a double. I got 2 of these spreads, so I don't think.
And I don't know. If anybody ever needed, I'm not going to say it, the chin spank. But she might want to consider Islam, because she could really use the chin spanks. She needs some support. Thank you, Kidney J. Yes, thank you, Kidney J, for saying it in a nice way. She really does, because that table is not, I mean, that's not what that table's for.
I don't want to need both of them, so I'm going to go get some more salami.
All right, so we know Pig likes to handle some salami. This is her one chance to get...
You can do all kinds of things.
Get her hands on it.
I might try some of these with the turkey. I got some turkey in there.
She might try some of these with turkey. Okay, folks, you don't have to watch too much more of this particular vid. We're going to fast forward to another section. But she keeps talking. Let me keep going.
Might be good, too. This salami is $3.50 a pack, though. So, yeah.
Listen to what she says in a second.
I got a container over here I'm going to put them in. This container. The lid. Because these are going to be like...
Hey, IC! Oh, and let me thank IC again, everybody. I mentioned this earlier, but for anybody who's just come in, IC made 2 $5 drops last week, and I never did not properly say thank you. So I want to say thank you this week to IC for those $5 Cash Apps. I appreciate that. Let me put up my Cash App banner. And if anybody goes to my main channel page, if you click on the icon on the banner, it'll take you to where you can send it in if you'd like. There's never any obligation to pay anything, but if you'd like to send some money toward the channel, it's always appreciated. Thank you very much. Let me take that down. All right, let's keep it going here.
Mm-hmm. You guys haven't had any summer parties?
I'm sorry, Barbara.
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea.
We don't do Pig Fairy every week, but I like to mix it up.
Making them for her church, for the church cookout, fireworks we went to. Tuesday.
Okay, there's not too much to say on this salami balls. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so next she makes these. Look how many of these she makes first of all. Look at that face. There you go. This is a woman who thinks that these are healthy. Let's look at the calories on this. 90 calories, 9 grams of fat per serving, 2 tablespoons. She put a tablespoon on each one of these probably. This is just all fat. This is really disgusting. This isn't even tasty. And yes, she needs a brassiere. Not trying to shave you for your shape, Pink, but come on, dress appropriately. Yeah, this is allegedly a healthy snack. If this is healthier, Wookie Lover says this doesn't look healthy. Maybe it's healthier than her other options. It looks like she has on a sports bra. Well, if she has a sports bra on, that sports bra is not a team player. It's not an athletic supporter, that's for sure. She has a filter going in the opposite direction, you think? And it's a big smear of cream cheese, darn right. Or Christmas cheese straw was. Oh, we have to put on the captions. Okay, I can do that. And they should be prohibited from giving any kind of medical advice. But at the same time, Susie, the rules that would stop them would stop me as well. As long as we're allowed to respond, then I think that the rules are where they should be. As much as I would like to say, hey, YouTube, stop this woman from talking. YouTube, allow people to respond. Don't shut down people who respond under, and let them falsely accuse us of attacking or bullying or any of this nonsense. We should be allowed to counter what we see as harmful information, and I think that's healthy. That's how it should be. People exchanging ideas and letting the better ideas win out. So yeah. Okay, so let's let it keep going. This is actually better than normal. Usually, what is due west and what is due east? So maybe she does have the sports bra on. Okay, let's take this off and let the, and her Christmas cheese ball. She put whole pieces of dried beef all over instead of dicing it. And she definitely needs the face spanks. Yeah. Maybe she could convert to Islam. I mean, do you have to be Islamic to wear a hijab? That's my question.
Come down.
All right, let's have the captions on.
Guys, there's our cheese ball. I mean, it ain't really a ball, but...
Hold on, I gotta take off my banner. Hold on.
Without a lid. So, we all could just eat on it whenever we feel like it. In the fridge it goes. It's cold to get cold. Eggs, got the deviled eggs done.
Deviled eggs. These are one of those foods that can be okay. I'm not a big fan of eggs, but deviled eggs don't have to be unhealthy. Just don't use a lot of cream. Yes, and a lot of nitrates. Or nitrites or nitrates? I don't remember exactly. Who said that here? Somebody pointed that out. Camps. She needs to add a dill pickle in there. They'll be off the chart. They might be tasty, coachies, but even if you like those, these are not healthy. We can't say that. How many calories are we looking at for each of those salami slices? Probably only about 110 calories each. But I mean, who's going to eat only one? Right? Like each of those is probably 120 calories. And those things are not filling, just a slice of salami with cream cheese on it. And it's all fat. and it's all salt and nitrites and everything. So it's just really not too tasty. Yes, her head and neck are the same size. Oh, that's right, Detective. Foodie did teach us that. She taught us to use the left hand or the right hand, whichever one's faster. Doesn't matter. gives her an extra paddle to stir with. All right, let's try to catch up on some of these comments. Clogged arteries, clogged something there. Oh, jeez. Right, and I'm normally a fan of boobs, but these are not the kind I like. There you go. Wookiee lover. Okay, enough making fun of Pink. Let's be real. Let's give some useful advice. Instead of just making fun, let's give some real practical advice. Wookiee lover. Makes sense here. If I was gonna make this salami rolls, Wookiee, she would use mustard. And you could have at least 3 times as many. Now, salami is a little bit high in fat, so I might not even go with salami. But if you do want to have a salami roll, mustard, much healthier choice. And in my opinion, much tastier as well, because salami already has greasiness to it. So you don't need the cream cheese to make it greasier. In fact, when I have a sandwich, if I have salami, I don't put any butter on, or any oil, or anything like that. If I'm having some turkey breast, or some ham, plain, then yeah, I might put a little bit of oil or some kind of spread, or maybe some cheese or something. But cream cheese and salami, it's just, I'm not into that. Yeah, and maybe it's okay with the pickles in there. It's not my style. I don't like cream cheese, but it's just too much grease. Yes, Stella, it's very high in fat. So if anybody doesn't digest fat well, you're gonna have a lot of issues. And finger foods at tea parties. Let's talk about finger foods for a second. Again, let's give something positive. You could have those little puff pastries with some cheese inside. Those are much more sophisticated and much healthier. You could have, what do they have? You could have a baked brie with some raspberry, what do they call it? That raspberry, not jam, but raspberry sauce or something they put on there with crackers. If you're going to eat something that fattening, make it good. Yeah, they're not team players. Okay. Uniboob. Okay, Alaska Peach, thank you for coming in. And it's always a pleasure to have you. And thank you for anybody who's come in. Have a great night, Alaska. Say hi to your kids. Chantal is the ringleader of this circus. She is the queen of the freak show. It does look gross. Everything in that picture looks gross, Rosalind, including the food. The deviled eggs look diseased. Okay, let's get back to it. Deviled eggs. These deviled eggs look disgusting. I'm not really a fan of deviled eggs in general
Megan,
to begin with, but these look horrible.
So that's good. That's nice of her. She's a good girl.
The eggs are broken.
Yeah, she is. She's a very, very, very good girl.
The mixture is poking out.
So we like pepper. We put pepper in them and on the outside. Because we all love pepper around here, don't we? Yes.
All right, at least she dusted them with a little pepper, but... Okay, these chicken tenders. I don't like how she's cooking these at all. And I'm not much of a barbecue guy, but here's why I don't like these. A big part of using the barbecue is to grill, to use the heat. Chicken breast tenders are very dry. They have very little fat. You don't want to put them on the grill because they're just going to dry out. I mean, you can put them on the grill, but if she's going to use all that grease from the salami and the cream cheese, why not put some chicken thighs right on the grill? Or some chicken wings that have some fat on them that they could fry, burn that fat on the grill for real, and that'd be really delicious. You could put a little sauce on top. That's what I would do. I'm not even a barbecue guy, and I know that. Yeah, and she put a whole tablespoon on each one easily. Lots of sodium in that salt. Darn right. And that salami. Darn right. Salami is not a healthy choice most of the time. Boar's Head can be a good one. But a good brand that doesn't have preservatives, that's fine. Publix sells Boar's Head, so I am a fan of Boar's Head. I like Publix. My apologies if I missed any comments, everybody. I got to rush through just a little bit just to catch back up with Big Fairy. It does not. You were right, Rosalind. I'm going to pause just once more. Salami, even though it's a meat, is actually pretty low in protein. It's very high in fat. Salami is one of those meats that if you're going to have salami, have it with some other meats. Have it with ham. Have it with a roast beef. Have it with turkey. But don't just have salami with cream cheese, because you're just having fat with fat. It's really not the right choice. Now, stuffed mushrooms, those can be quite tasty. They can be fattening, they can be good. It's up to you how you make them. But the stuffed mushrooms can be really tasty. Sweet and savory can pair well together. It just depends on the recipe, I think. Sometimes it is. It is quite good. Red pepper jelly. You know, that might be the one time I'd be okay with that.
So we got some barbecue chicken, macaroni and cheese.
All right, let's stop this. This right here, this plate actually is, the portion size is healthy. So I'm going to say that. This is a healthy portion in my opinion. Appropriate size portion. But I don't think Pink is actually going to eat this. But yeah, two pieces of chicken breast with just a little bit of barbecue sauce. I think that's a great choice, as long as they're not too dry. Macaroni and cheese, straight from the box. That's not the worst thing in the world. Those deviled eggs look pretty nasty, but the rest of it looks okay. The chicken and I mean, I'm not going to say this is good, but for a cheap meal, at least it doesn't look bad. But it's not keto. That's a good point.
And some deviled eggs. I was going to
That's a
do
good
macaroni
point.
salad in there that I made. I was going to get it out, but
Thank you, Jane.
This is plenty enough. We can finish eating the rest of that.
Because she had this after what? The salami and cream cheese rolls, which are supposed to be keto. She talks about how that's low in carbs. She could say all she wants, she's not keto, but why do you care about the amount of having stuff that's low carb and high fat if you're not on keto? That's the whole, there's no diet other than keto that makes a big deal. Well, I shouldn't say no diet, but I'm not aware of other diets besides keto that make a big deal about low carb and high fat. There might be some other diets that do, but they're probably a variation of keto. Twinkle Toast is only one chicken breast. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I am thinking for a guy as well, so a small female might not want as much. But yeah, that's very good point. Dr. Phil's wife is gonna have to pick up the slack on the barbecue. You're probably right, Stella.
You know what I mean?
I'm a good cook, but I'm not too good on the grill. Hey, well, to be fair, I can barbecue and grill. I just don't think I'm as good at it as I am when it comes to other types. I think I'm a pretty good cook in general, but I think I'm weaker on the barbecue and grill. Like if my girlfriend does the grilling, it comes out just as good as if I did it. It doesn't come out any, but like if we're cooking indoors, I'm usually the better cook. Like if we're baking a chicken or something, I'm usually the one who makes it. So I do a lot of the cooking. She does more of the cleaning. It's usually how we split it up. When I do have a girlfriend. Okay. Yeah, so that was this meal here. Okay, Pink Fairy. We got another good one from Pink. This is not the only thing we got from Pink tonight. 1 second here. Okay, so let me go to the other one. Let me put back the brand real quick. Okay, so we've done a slight comparison. Pink's false keto versus Foodie's feeder style. Let's see how she makes the perfect grilled cheese. Okay. The perfect grilled cheese. Right, we've got to hear about Chantal, about her constitution. As a Canadian in Kuwait, there's nobody who I think is more qualified to speak about the Constitution than Chantal, the American Constitution. She knows so much about that, like way more than any American. citizen or any legal scholar. Stella hates salami. That's okay. To be fair, you're right. And welcome in, Denise. And welcome in anybody I missed. My apologies. Yeah, Pig Fairy is not a small female. That's a good point. It's not that bad yet. It's gotten bad, but it's not quite that bad. Sunshine's locked him up. Yeah, Archie, listen, I can grill, I can barbecue, especially if there's no power. Like when there was a hurricane and I had to do, like I went out there and I grilled, I used cardboard and bug spray to make a fire. So believe me, I know how to, survive in an emergency. I made it through the swamps and all that kind of stuff. But I definitely like my creature comforts. I'm a city boy when it comes down to it. You prefer the fake keto style over the feeder style? Okay. Wookie with a point for Pink. With a point for Pink. At least she cooks her own food, and not much takeout. Even if the food does look nasty. Speaking of nasty, let's take a look at this. Or nasty, excuse me. Perfect grilled cheese.
Okay, let's get started. Let's get this pot jumping. Okay, we got a pan on low. Get it warming up. And when you guys make grilled cheese, you like 2 slices of cheese. Or you like just 1. Me, I like 2. Yes, I'll do.
She does mumble.
There we go. I like 2 slices on mine.
She likes 2 slices of cheese. Okay, let me point something out about cheese. Cheese can be okay. Cheese is a lot of milk sugar, believe it or not. A lot of people don't realize that. When milk, when cheese is made from milk, a lot of the lactose, which is milk sugar, is what forms the cheese. Yes, there's milk fat as well, but there's a lot of lactose. And I'm not saying that's bad, but just let's keep that in mind. That's what's in there. So cheese is basically the carbs and the fat from the milk with a little bit of the protein. So cheese is fairly low in protein. It's not a great choice, but if you have it with something that's got plenty of protein, it's okay. That's why I'm not a big fan of a grilled cheese sandwich, because grilled cheese sandwich is what? Cheese and bread. Carbs in the bread, and the cheese is what? Mostly carbs and fat. Not saying it's not tasty, but if you have grilled cheese, try to have it with some meat, or have it with some eggs, or have it with a protein drink or a protein bar, something like that. I guess that's what I want to stress. Have it with some turkey breast, grilled cheese, tasty. It's okay as far as it's not terrible for you, but have some protein with it because it's definitely low on protein. That's my criticism of grilled cheese. So for somebody on keto, it's not a good choice. It's just full of bread. So how is it? So for again, keto. Fairy talks about low carb food. There's nothing low carb about this bread. Although I will say it has 3 grams of protein, which is nice for a slice of bread.
Long time, let me tell you. Oh yeah, you sure have. I know it's not healthy for you. I don't eat all healthy anyways.
Was she just a country crock?
Says, oh, that's not diet food. I'm not on a diet either.
Was that country crock? My voice is going out, folks. My apologies.
Long time, let me tell you. Oh yeah, you sure have. I know it's not healthy.
I hope she's not using.
I don't eat all healthy anyways.
I think that's country crock. But even if that is real butter, that's a big old smear of butter on there. If you're gonna put a little bit of butter on there, that's one thing. If I'm gonna make a grilled cheese, I'll usually use just a tiny drop of butter in the pan. Because if you spread the butter on the bread, you need a lot of butter. You just put a little drop in the pan. That's how I do it.
Everybody says, oh, that's not diet food. I'm not on
Let's
diet
catch up
either.
on the chat.
No diets. No diets.
If you could get me a link for that, Twinkle Toes, I would love to put that up. Oh, welcome in, always a Silverado girl.
Yeah,
I never noticed your picture was a Chevy.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's a lot of snow, jeez.
Oops, sorry. I had some pizza. Forgot about that. And that's it. 2.
I think that's country crock. It doesn't look yellow enough,
2.
but it spreads so easy.
And 5.
And what is country crock? Let me tell you, folks, because not everybody has the misfortune to get stuck with country crock. It's margarine. And in my opinion, not even good margarine. It's just straight up margarine. I want to say it's made from What kind of oil do they even make it from nowadays? It's been forever since I've had any, thank goodness. They used to make it, I think, from corn oil. Now they probably make it from palm oil. But who knows exactly what they use on it? But yeah, that's just disgusting. And then she uses the fake cheese. Well, I shouldn't say fake, but she uses the cheese food, artificial cheese food, which I believe is made with some milk, hopefully. But a lot of times it's just made from oil and salt and some, I forgot what kind of chemicals they use, binders to kind of hold it together. It's just congealed oil. It's really not good stuff. Yeah, and Chantal talks about freedom of speech. She wants all of her critics to be silenced. And also, exactly, she's in a foreign country. She has to respect the laws there. She says she loves the Kuwait. She loves the laws. Respect the laws, Chantal. If you want American law, come to America. Not that we want you, but I'm just saying that's how it works. It's cheese product, darn right. I'm not saying you can't have cheese product, but just know that there is such a thing as real American cheese. I'm not even a fan of it, but if I have somebody, I know somebody who wants American cheese, I always get them the real American cheese, which is often sold as the deluxe American cheese.
5 whole cheeses. Okay, there's my grilled cheese. It's on.
Did you say 5 whole Jesus?
Okay, now let me get some soup out. Gotta have soup. Let's go over here. Here's the pantry.
Oh, that's nice to know, Peace Baby.
And on this side, I've been keeping all my goodies.
I want to look at her pantry real quick. Let me go back a second.
And on this,
all right, let's look at her pantry.
go over here.
Okay, let's see what we got. Oats. I like oats. Quick cook oats. Cannot go wrong with quick cook oats. I eat a lot of these bad boys. These are healthy. They're loaded with protein. I think they have some vitamins as well. But they're good stuff. Peanut butter. Strong dislike. Because this is that cheap Jif peanut butter. It's made with palm oil. Don't get that. This looks like it's natural Jif, which I think is made with peanut oil at least. But peanut butter is not a good choice for somebody who's struggling with weight loss. If you have an issue with weight, peanut butter is a poor choice. If you really want to get peanut protein and you have an issue with weight, get the powdered peanut butter. It's called PB2 or PB Fit. I think they make some other brands. It's very tasty and it cuts out all the oil. Here, she has the artificial maple syrup. This is just corn syrup. That's all that is with artificial maple flavoring. She's got condensed soup. If that's cream soup, that is just palm oil. She's got the fruit and cream oatmeal, which is not terrible. It's just oatmeal with extra sugar and flavorings added. But in the back, she's got a big box of Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its are mostly just palm oil. Not a good choice. A lot of salt and preservatives as well. So I'm not really a fan, except for these oats. These oats are bang on. I love these oats. And I guess the canned tomatoes are probably okay. The canned corn is not terrible. But other than that, I'm really not liking what I'm seeing. And if you like peanut butter, try the powdered peanut butter. I strongly recommend that.
Here's the pantry.
She scrolled through it so quick, but Hungry Jack pancake mix or potato mix, not sure. Okay, here we go. Berea, good brand of spaghetti. I love Berea spaghetti. It's tasty. It's the calories are reasonable. They're not bad. Pepperoni, not a good choice. Pepperoni is very high in fat. I would not suggest pepperoni if you're on a weight loss diet. Same thing here, potato chips. These look like, I don't know what these are. This looks like a pie mix or something, flour. These are crackers. Crackers are here, neither here nor there. They can be good, they can be bad, depends how many you eat. This looks like a cornbread mix, Jiffy cornbread mix. Cornbread's one of those that if you don't eat too much, it's not too bad, but Freedom Deep, thank you. And I know I'm getting behind on the chat, but you've absolutely called it here. This is not the pantry of a low-carb girl. This is all friggin' carbs. This is so much carbs. This is crazy. And there's a lot of fat, too. So this is not any kind of diet. This is carbs plus fat. We've got potato chips, pepperoni, pancake mix, cornbread mix, pie, flour, pasta. This is just, and the peanut butter, this is just everything fattening almost. There's no rhyme or reason as far as any kind of diet.
Oh, I love this pantry.
She loves this pantry, she says.
My mixer not that heat.
Oh, and lots of ketchup. Don't forget that. Got to cover up all the Olive Garden dressing, all soybean oil. I don't hate Olive Garden dressing as far as the taste, but you could do better. Do plain vinaigrette. If you're going to do Italian dressing, just make your own vinaigrette with olive oil. That's a much healthier choice. If you got to take the pre-made dressing, you got to do it. Sometimes it's just a matter of convenience. But if you can make your own vinaigrette with olive oil, that's what I recommend. I think that's great.
Here, just some other things. You know what I mean? Then I got crackers and zero.
More carbs. Look at these saltines. Rice Krispies. Cocoa Krispies. And oyster crackers. This is just so many carbs. And these are not complex carbs, most of these. Most of these are very low glycemic index carbs. These are terrible if you have diabetes. Pig Fairy allegedly has diabetes. These are horrible for a diabetic. This is exactly what a diabetic should be avoiding. Wow. Really, really. Wow.
All filled up there. Yes, I do.
Oh, more chips. 2 more bags of chips. And even more Italian seasoning. What is this, breadcrumbs? Or croutons? And another can of chips back here. More bread cracker. This is so many carbs. And all these bags of chips are open, which means she's eating all of these at once. It's not like she's saving these. All 3 bags have been opened.
Yes, I do. Like everybody keeps everything.
A bag of breadcrumbs?
No. Chips. You know.
4 boxes of mac and cheese. More salad dressing. Oh, it's light salad dressing. Oh, excuse me. That's so much better. Light salad dressing is not any better. What is this? Pie filling? Cherry pie filling? So she's got pie crust and pie filling. More cornbread. Or whatever that is.
Oh, I got some cans of chicken down there.
Canned chicken. Okay, so the canned chicken, the only healthy stuff is in these bottom shelves here. That's it. And it's in the bottom shelf probably because she never goes there. She's got the tomatoes, the canned chicken, and there she's got the oats, which are healthy. That's it. Everything else in here is, pretty much everything else in here is unhealthy. You know, she's diabetic. She shouldn't be eating this.
And this is all like our stockpile. Yes, I'm doing
all I see is carbs. Not at all keto friendly. Nope. And my apologies if I missed anybody. I got a little sidetracked there.
Microwave have some plastic, so I'm going to use one of these.
I love carbs, but I hate them. I love and hate them.
Bowl, and I'm going to put my soup in here.
I love them so much, but I hate them.
Yes, it does. I love the Campbell's. Put these little pool tabs on here.
Okay, these kind of Campbell's soups. I am not hugely in favor or hugely against these. I think these are okay very, very rarely. Once in a while, if you need some soup, you know, can of condensed soup is not the worst, but it's got a lot of sodium. If she's somebody with sodium issues, blood pressure issues, you could do a lot better. This is not something I would recommend, especially not on a regular basis. She's eating this with that grilled cheese, with the country crock. So let's see what kind of soup this is. If this is creamy soup, this is even worse. What is it? Chicken noodle, I hope.
Yes,
I hope it's chicken noodle.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, it's just chicken noodle. That's not too
bad. A bit of water, so it's not so strong.
But let's see how much water she adds.
Just a tad bit.
She's supposed to add a full can of water to dilute the salt. She only adds a half can. So she's actually increasing the sodium content by 33%.
Because I don't want it to burn. And it will, if you ain't very careful. Better put a cover on it, because you never know. 2 minutes.
I can see that.
Nice and hot. I feel I need it for my...
Yeah, it's not terrible.
I might just take a fork and flip it. It looks like it's done.
Ooh, I'll watch Carba's videos. What are those?
Oh, now I turn my light on for y'all. Oh no, perfect. That is perfect grilled cheese right there.
See, now this is something here. This is so misleading, because if you saw this, you would say, oh, that's grilled so nicely. But that is grilled with palm oil. That's grilled with, or maybe it's not palm oil, maybe it's corn oil, but it's made with margarine. You don't want margarine? Why not have butter? It's so much healthier. I'm not saying you should put lots of butter on, but if you're going to put some spread on your bread, put some butter on there. It's just so much better.
Doesn't mean to put my light on, but sometimes I reckon you need a light, right?
She doesn't care. It's sad.
Got my Easter soap out.
It's like Foodie with the gallbladder.
You know, it's where I got one of those. You know what I mean? You could go on Amazon and they just send you a random variety pack of like 6, I think it is, of soaps. And then you just get whatever they give you.
And my apologies if I missed anybody.
Send you. Okay, I need to do this. Like a little bit longer. I hate when it gets soggy in the middle. But you know what? It got soggy.
And this is just me as a chef, but does it bother anybody else that she's using the metal fork in the pan? Because I'm not saying this is like a super nice pan, but still, the metal fork's going to scratch it up. I don't like seeing that.
That's why. All right, we'll be back. I saltine crackers, and I'm just going to have me 6 of them in my soup.
Not a big fan of the corn chips.
Normally,
I like the taste, but they're not healthy.
But even when I have my chili, I did that too, so.
More crackers to go with the soup, because she's already got the sandwich. So she can't have that's not enough carbs. She has to have the crackers as well. That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. There's a lot of other things I still need to work on with doing stuff like
canned
this.
Chicken can be high in sodium, Wookie, to be fair. Canned chicken is one of those foods that I would not encourage people to eat it, but it's better than potato chips. It's better than Country Crock. Compared to everything else in her pantry, it sadly is probably one of the healthiest things in there. I mean, for that pantry, it is. I'm not saying that I would encourage people to eat canned chicken in general. I see you at the bottom, Stella version. It's chicken breast. It's like think of tuna, just chopped up a tuna fish. Canned chicken is chicken breast, just chopped up like that in water. So it's got basically no fat. It has some salt. It's whatever. I mean, it's not great, but if you want very, very low fat, you want something easy, you could do worse than that. Yes, very much love-hate relationship with carbs. They just don't love me back. That's the problem. They don't love me back.
Sounds like my soup is done.
You know what I mean, Chevy girl.
Let's check this again. I know most people use spatula, but I'm using a fork.
Yes, Rosalind.
Yep,
that's actually good advice. There is microwave-safe plastic, but safest of all is use a glass. Use a Pyrex microwave-safe glass. I encourage that to everybody. If you are going to use plastic, make sure it says that it's microwave safe. But if you're not sure, just to be safe, you can go with the Pyrex glass. Yeah, and the noodles. Oh, that's right, more carbs with the noodles. There's so many carbs in this meal. Why did she even bother with those low-carb salami balls? What is even
my crackers over and put my grilled cheese right on there.
What the heck's she doing?
Yes, I will. You all love my videos?
I think you're right, Sweet Jane.
Show your subscribe. Okay, let's cut it now. Won't you cut it? I don't know how I keep mine in half.
Yeah, some cans do have aligners that can be harmful.
This way I'll go with it. Voila. Soup out. Now I won't eat my soup with a fork. No, I won't. I will grab my little baby serving spoon.
Oh, I get you, Sunshine. You mean that's mixed into the corn when they make it?
Yes, I will. And then
I can see that.
Crackers. Now, I used to like crackers in there, but soak all the juice up.
You know, if it's the corn chips, I'm sure they don't use fresh organic corn most of the time.
Okay.
Just use cheap stuff.
Bon appetit. That's my
Okay,
dinner
yeah, I'd love to
for
check her out. If you want to
Let me
post
know
the link,
below
I'll
what
check
you
her
guys
out.
are making. You guys. I swear, I washed my hair last night. It's just how it is. Let's try the grilled cheese. I was thinking about putting tomato in mine. I will next time I make it.
Stress from the fork. Oh, I totally get you. I totally get you.
I may have made another one of these.
You might make another one. All right, Pink Fairy. Now, to be fair, one grilled cheese sandwich with one bowl of soup for somebody her size is not unreasonable. But when you put in the second sandwich, now we're getting into why she's going to stay heavy, because that's just too much. Just can't recommend that. Okay, let's go to another. We got one more Pink Fairy vid. We're winding it down just a little bit, but we got one more. We got one more good Pink Fairy vid. Let me get back to this real quickly. Put on the Foodie Fighter vid. Hide this. All right, let me 1 second. Let me move back over here. Okay, we got.
Sprinkle it on. The oil help keep the.
We got Pink doing a low-cost dinner vlog here. Okay, let me post one. This is the other one I was gonna do. All right. Let me put this. Let me share this. Okay. So she's preparing potatoes, it looks like. More low-carb snacks. Sarah Jane, I don't think Pink Fairy ever tests her diabetes at all. And I think that's, as much as I don't like to talk about what people ought to do, but she should at least tell people, hey, if you have issues with diabetes, don't do what I do. This is not healthy. Instead of telling people, oh, don't worry about it. This is the fine, you know. She's doing everything she can that's wrong.
Well, I'm doing some loaded potatoes tonight.
Yeah, I am pretty disgusted myself.
And now I'm going to season them up too. Some mishy dash. And some olive oil.
Oh, God.
Oh, that one's close. Working her, Mrs. Dash. Sprinkle it on. The oil help keep the seasonings on.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm struck speechless for a second. Okay, yeah, potatoes with the seasoning. That is, by itself, nothing wrong with that. It's very high in carbs. As long as you don't eat too much, it's not so bad.
Everything to put on these. And then some black
carbs. Yeah, the grilled cheese did look a little bit soggy. Not the best.
Sure.
I couldn't do the soup with the noodles and the sandwich and the crackers.
All
Yeah, that's
together
too
in the oven
much.
for about half hour, 45 minutes.
Okay, the potatoes look fine.
I just ate a few of them.
Does she have? She has a husband.
This time last year, a year ago, we was doing this trailer, doing our home, getting it all ready for us to move into. And then in August.
That's a man I heard in the background. I think somebody did say she had a
I
husband.
can't believe it's been a year
I'm sorry,
already.
Susie Q. I get you. I understand though.
Year has flown by really quick.
We won't be running her next week.
I'm sitting here watching a little TV while I got dinner in because
Have a good night, Susie.
they're over there on their electronics being boring.
She says she has a doctor. Okay. Well,
So
hopefully
that's what
she
I'm doing.
does.
Tim's done outside.
Oh, and by the way, let me tell you folks, because I know it's starting to get toward the end, I'm going to be doing a photo for next week. Anybody who saw the Chantal did the fake model, she had the fake model, post the comment on her vid. That guy looks a lot like me. Yes, he's in better shape, but other than that, he looks a lot like me, even with the long hair and everything. So I'm going to take a picture of myself dressed up a little bit like him in my gym. And I think it'll be really funny because I'll look a little bit like him, and that'll be a great way to troll Chantal because that is her dream guy. And apparently I look just like her dream guy. Not as good shape. If I got in the gym for a few months. But other than that, yes, I think that'd be pretty darn funny. Okay, let's get back to Pink.
Now we just gotta wait for the sun to go down this evening. It's only 4:35, and then we gotta, get the garden watered and stuff like that. So, yeah, got a video uploaded
keto
like I just did
snacks.
earlier of the garden and going out and going to the garden, blah 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 blah. But this, you guys just
Her doctor's TikTok. Oh, we need the closed captions. I'm sorry.
Hence why I'm in the same clothes. Guys, I'm gonna do them done today. I know, I'm getting good. I'm trying to get better.
Where does the meal start? Here it is. Okay. Starts right here.
Hey guys, we'll cut up the seasoned turkey tenderloin.
Okay.
I'll throw it on the grill. It is cracked pepper. Where's my hand?
Pre-seasoned. I'm not a big fan of pre-seasoned foods in general because I like to do my own seasoning and they usually have a lot of preservatives in there. But if you're not a good chef, you're better off getting pre-seasoned than not seasoning it. So, and turkey is good for keto. Nothing wrong there. It's plenty of protein. It's low in fat. Keto, you can have fat, yes. So you don't have to worry about that necessarily. But turkey is good even if you're not on keto. Turkey is just a good, healthy meat no matter what diet you're on. I think turkey is one of the few foods that's probably good for just about any diet.
It's kind of hard to hold a knife if you... when you're doing that.
Yeah, Susie will never look at keto the
Throw it
same.
on the grill. Oh, that's cold. Oh.
Yeah, she did put oil on it. Oh, that's a good point, Sunshine. I haven't seen enough of these videos, but I don't see, but I haven't heard of a fairy neglecting her pets. So if she is, maybe you folks can let me know if she does or she doesn't. But hopefully she doesn't, and if she doesn't, respect to her for being a good pet owner, because I like to give credit where it is due, even if there's a lot of other things that leave some room to be desired.
Hold it. Use the towel. Put the towel in the dirty.
Good point, Wookie. You are what you eat, right?
And then we'll have the potato you just seen.
Why is she cooking the tenderloin? Why is she cutting it? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why is she cutting the turkey? That doesn't make a lick of sense. You want to tie that up and cook that as a single piece and then slice it after it's cooked. I mean, we got some better cooks in the chat than me. But from what I know about cooking, is you want to tie that up and cook it. No, I'm not, no, you want to tie that up too, but you don't want to cook that. You want to tie this up, and you want to cook this. But yeah, you can tie that up too, Pink. You can definitely tie that up. Okay. Yeah, this is very low budget cooking. And respect to low budgets, not everybody has a big cooking budget, but I think Pink could do a little bit better on her budget. 2 sugars and 2 boogers. Did that happen for real? What are you talking about? Chevy, I'll answer. Her saying that she had diabetes? Because she did say that. Allegedly. I didn't see that. Yeah, I heard she's got a husband, so that makes sense.
Last one I did was.
Somebody mentioned that, I just remembered.
I got them in foil. Then we'll take it out to the grill.
Fair enough. Hold on. Did she get the food on her shirt, or did she get the food on the table and then put her gut on the table and just kind of, I mean, like, did she get the food on herself, or did she get herself on the food? Because it's kind of 50-50 here.
Facts that together.
Jason Fish.
Jason
Adorable Fish is the male model who Foodie stole his picture and pretended to be him to comment on her vid. So I'm going to dress up like him to make a troll picture.
Already really fits.
Yeah, the Brent the model. Yeah, that kind of trolling I think is funny.
Pull it off quickly. That's small. Here's rosemary. I think that's good enough. It's the big one.
I think I get you, Sunshine. Are you saying that you need to make sure that you go 100%? Because that's my belief. Keto is the kind of diet you can't half-ass it, pardon my language, but you can't go on keto and then cheat and eat a bunch of carbs without completely ruining the diet. You're not going to have any success. Whereas if you have a regular low-calorie diet, and you go a little bit off one day, as long as you get back on the next day, you'll be okay. Thank you very much, Sweet Jane. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I mean when I say that this pink fairy keto is so fake. She eats meat, and she eats fat, and then she eats carbs, and she calls it keto. I don't know how the heck that works. It's crazy.
My name is Sir. We got some corn with some pepper, a load of potatoes with some sour cream and cheese. And then here's our turkey loin. Turkey tenderloin, actually. I'll probably give me some barbecue sauce for it. Some like some open pit, because it's low in sugar. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the next day. I didn't get to finish up my video last night, so I'm continuing today. We're down here at the Dollar Tree. We just had a cheeseburger. And got that eaten, and we had to go into Kroger's and go to the bathroom. We ain't got a bathroom in here. I don't know why, but they're doing kind of weird about it. And then we got to go to Walmart's. Then we'll head home. I'll show you guys what we get in here. Okay. It's a nice, hot, beautiful day. Very hot. You guys would have made it to Walmart.
Exactly. I was wondering why she was... Okay, so I'm not the only one who thought that didn't make any sense. Oh, the booger thing. If that really happened, that is so disgusting. Oh, my God. I have heard of Kay's cooking. Yes. Yes, I have. I heard she flags everybody down. Skinny mentioned her. Yeah, Kay's cooking. Not not the best. Jason Catfish. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be Phil. That's gonna be my name. Thank you, Stella. I'm gonna call myself Jason Catfish. That's an interesting question, Rosalind. I guess maybe she's gonna put it on foil on the grill. Oh, she uses her daughter or her niece. That kind of stinks for them. Having their
at the Dollar Tree, not very much, so. But I'll show you what I got.
I am not a fan of Walmart. I'm gonna give my little anti-Walmart rant. Walmart has some okay stuff. I shop there sometimes. I'm not gonna say I never do. But my issue with Walmart is a lot of times it comes into small towns and it undercuts the local businesses, puts them out of business, and then a few years later, Walmart leaves because the only reason they came there is because they got a tax subsidy to build their store there. And when the tax subsidy expires, they leave. But the stores they displace don't come back. So they ultimately end up having a negative impact on a lot of economies. That's not to say that every Walmart is bad. I do shop at Walmart sometimes. But I'm generally not a fan of Walmart as a corporation. That's, I may never get a sponsorship from them, but that's what I have to say. Walmart.
I only spent a few dollars. And we'll see.
Maybe?
Sorry. We went out the
I was just making sure I wasn't.
Who was that? Was that? I thought that was Amber's girlfriend for a second. This kid. I didn't realize that was a young boy. I thought it was Becky or Dusty. Right? Like for a second, I thought that was Amber and her girlfriend. I didn't realize that was a young boy. I thought it was.
Sorry. We went out the
I was just making sure I wasn't.
Amber's girl.
Going in the wrong way. It's all right. It happens. I do it too.
Yeah, agreed.
Somebody help me. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Exactly, Jane. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're backing me up on this one, because that's my experience as well. And what I've read and just what I know, on keto you can eat extra fat and it's not an issue. But if you eat a bunch of extra carbs, that fat is gonna then become an issue. It's dirty keto. Okay, I need to adjust. I call it fake keto. But apparently it's called dirty keto. It's a dirty liar keto. That's what that is. Okay. I get you, Archie. I'm not too crazy with the dipping sauces, but I love cake. I absolutely love cake and cookies. That's probably one of my favorites. My favorite sweets.
Walmart's time or two in our life. Going back, went to the Dollar Tree and Walmart.
Yeah, not necessarily the best.
Didn't get a whole lot. We just got some things. Got some of these little chew sticks for the dogs, of course. I got this for take on vacation, a little charger, because
it's ALR's time.
Don't want to work. We went to the one that has the $5 and under. Small pack of Reese cups, and then got these solar lights.
You know what? Cute. Respect where it's due. That's actually a good point. She seems to be walking around under her own power. She may have used the scooty inside the store, but at least she walked from the car to the store, and so respect that. Yeah, absolutely. That's interesting about her daughter. That's a whole conspiracy going on there. I have to look into that. So yeah, let's see a little more of what she bought here, and we're gonna start winding it down in just a minute.
Sunflower ones, they work good. I think I'm gonna go back and get some more. But so far they was looking good. One of them was working.
Well, what's this here?
And then
I don't believe it. She didn't really buy a brassiere. She's not gonna wear that.
Do a try on. I wanted to put it on my Instagram.
Because I hope she does.
And show you on Instagram. That's the plan, anyways. And then 2 cute bras. Oh yeah.
I approve that purchase, Pink.
Some cute titty holders right here.
Yeah, you need those.
That's what it is. And that's what we got, you guys. Okay, and we also got a pot of chili here for dinner tonight.
Get her use out of it. Oh, I hope she gets some use out of those. I'll just say it like that.
Steam, yeah. The steam comes out of it. The steam comes out of them lids. Apparently, they do. I was trying to show you. And it's boiling, so I think it's done. We walked in the house and we could smell it's been on for hours. So, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to eat.
Okay, that's the end of that Pink Fairy. I actually have a clip of Chantel's last mukbang. I want to just watch the last few minutes of it here, because I thought this was really interesting. The part where she just kind of goes into overdrive toward the end. Maybe you folks can notice what I'm talking about. Hey, well, if you want to model them, you know, it's up to you. If you want to post a video modeling, I mean, as long as it looks a little nice with the pink fairy. Oh, goodness. I hope not. You know, she probably does buy the wrong size. I bet she doesn't even know what her size is. She probably just buys whatever's on sale. Just says, oh, this one looks like it fits. Yeah, I'm just joking around, Archie. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm just joking around. I don't want to. They're all jokes, people. They're all jokes. Okay, so let's let the Chantal vid run here a little bit. This was Chantal's fajita meal she got the other day. She got this giant thing of potato chips. She got like 5 potatoes worth of potato chips, sliced. Big thing of rice, big thing of chicken, fajitas. I mean, the serving size is pretty massive, but you got to remember, she already ate half of these chips at this point. So that keep that in mind, how many chips she already ate. And she just keeps dipping them in this cheese and the sour cream and the cake. She had an entire jug of queso. Here, where is it? Here. She finishes it up. See?
Brownish gold color.
It's almost empty.
So.
She ate so many chips, she finished the entire cup of cheese dip. Then she moves on to sour cream dip.
And the food tastes amazing.
So just keep that in mind there for what she ate last night. Okay, Archie. Yeah, just want to make sure. And indeed, absolutely. You know, it's definitely an important part of the outfit. Exactly, Stella. I didn't even consider that, but that's a great point. I think you're 100% right. That she would have eaten all these chips by now, but she slowed down. But look at her face. Look how she starts to like really get into it. Like she just kind of stops talking.
I always try to remember to eat with my right hand.
Like she starts breathing heavy, right around here. She starts kind of staring. Look at that whole bite. Look at that. I'm not trying to make fun of Chantal, but I'm just saying this is beyond eating at this point. This is just crazy.
Sometimes I forget things. I mean, you know.
Darn right, Twinkle Toes. It makes all the difference. I've known I've had some girlfriends, and it makes, you know, the right fit. It gets rid of all the back pain. So make sure you're fitted correctly. That's my advice. And welcome in, everybody. Have I missed anybody coming in? We did a show today about Food Fighter, excuse me.
So.
All right, Chantal makes the second fajita here.
This is interesting. Why do people think it's like gross?
I agree, it's gross, Chantal.
Fingers. What is this?
Oh, and another thing I want to ask. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not an Islamic scholar. I know we don't have a lot of Islamic scholars in the chat either. But I just wanted to throw this out there. Has anybody noticed that Chantal is more concerned if her chin is showing than if her hair is showing? Because from my understanding, it's not a big deal if you show a little bit of your chin, but you're not supposed to show any of your hair. I know Chantal doesn't have any hair to show. But if she did, she never seems to be concerned with the top of the hijab. It's always the part around the chin. Oh, Salah walks in theory. I've heard that. That makes a lot of sense. And yes, that's very disgusting. Fingers in the sour cream.
Sour cream. I mean, I washed my
Somebody made
hands
the point
before
that
I
she
eat.
may not have had any silverware, any plastic silverware. Darn right. No reason not to. I mean,
This food is so good.
just say real quick. I know some gals, like, they just don't even think. They're like, they just don't realize that that getting properly sized makes all the difference.
Do you guys love fajitas? I always get chicken. I don't like shrimp in a Mexican food context. I don't know why.
Welcome in, Granny's Den. Welcome in, everybody. Anybody I've missed? You know what, Jane? I didn't even consider that, but that's a great point. Or why doesn't she just use another one of the tortillas? Or anything.
I'm weird like that.
That's what I heard too, Travis. I didn't see the full end of this. Because she's, right at this point here, she really gets down with the meal. Like, she's really, this is the last few minutes here. Like, look at these bites. She goes from, in the beginning, she was just kind of munching the chips, to now, she just goes overdrive. And I think she finishes the entire plate, but she's too embarrassed to show the whole video, so she cut it early. Thank you very much, Archie. I thought so. Welcome in, Pocket. We're nearing the end, but thank you for coming in. Glad you could make it.
So yeah, I have a lot of things coming up, but I can't tell you about them right now.
Okay.
I don't know what to talk about right now.
Well, Denise.
I was just like,
Okay. That's very fair. Welcome in, Jarella. Lost your taste for him?
I just want to eat.
Was that you who said that the other night, Denise? Because somebody pointed that out. I watched some of Skinny's replay, and somebody in chat mentioned it. I don't remember who. Said that their theory was Chantal was too lazy to get back up to get the silverware, and that's why she ate it with her hands. And I think that makes total sense. That makes total sense. It's such a good. It's just so logical.
Man, there's this girl on TikTok. I love her.
Well, they look better. I'll tell you that. Certainly would look better. I think you're right about that, Freedom. A lot of these gals do that. Girls do that.
Big girl.
Like, notice how she's eating so much she has trouble breathing at this point. Because she's got so much in her mouth and she's trying to talk at the same time.
It is so unapologetic for it.
She fills her mouth with, I mean, it's to the point where she might choke. We joke about choking hazards, but could she possibly stuff any more in there at once?
Like,
I think so too, Chevy Silverado girl. Absolutely, Pocket. Somebody else mentioned that.
Could you take any
makes total
criticism
sense.
about her weight? What she's eating?
Exactly. Denise, I have to agree. I think that's I mean, not to be rude, but I think that's why Chantal is as big as she does, because you have to really, really, really love food to get so big and to continue to still gain once you're that big. It's one thing, I mean, we've all had hard times, maybe bad childhood, weren't taught good eating habits. We've gained weight, we've lost it. But Chantal is an adult. She knows what she's doing. She has the resources, and she just keeps on gaining despite being as heavy as she could be. I mean, she clearly is just loving this food a little too much. And yeah, I think Salah did bust her. I think that makes sense.
And she makes hilarious replies with it.
Oh, that's okay. That was the timing of it. So we actually went ahead of that a little bit. Because I saw that part where she said, I just want to eat. That was when Salah walked in. Okay. Now that makes, I didn't realize exactly what part of time she was. Oh, and she said she was not getting up to get the silverware. Okay. That's what I get for not watching the full thing. Go back to that part. Okay, I will. Let's go back. All right. It was about where here?
No. For the fajita. By the way, I don't have napkins or cutlery, so
Here's where she says she doesn't have cutlery.
I'm not about to get up and get some, so.
I'm not going to get up and get some. Okay, yep, that's where she said it. Just trying to think where he comes in. It's after this, because she noticed she's still chill here.
Warning.
So it's after this portion.
It's about to get messy.
We've got just a few more minutes, so we can watch it out.
What is this?
She's still chill.
I need some tortilla breads.
Still chill. Now she's uptight.
So kind of.
So somewhere around here, I think.
Okay, we have a little thing of sour cream.
During the second fajita? Okay. So it's during this one?
Sour cream. I mean,
okay. 16 something. Thank you. So we'll put it up to 15 and let it run. Oh, Wookie lover. I mean, you do have a picture of a dog, so I mean, I guess I'll take it. If that's what you want to do, well, just write it. Just make sure that it's clear. No, you're just joking. But, oh, wow. Yeah, she really does want to shovel it in. Her face drops like a stone, but at least there's plenty, at least it bounces, right? Trouble in paradise. Well, if you want to call that paradise. But, trouble in a pair of fajitas. Trouble in a pair of pants.
very delish.
Let's listen.
So yeah, I have a lot of things coming up, but I can't tell you about them right now. So I don't have much to talk about right now. I was just like...
That is weird.
I just want to eat.
That's where she says it, okay. I didn't hear Salah walk in,
There's this
though.
girl on TikTok. I love her.
Let me go back just a little bit so I can clearly hear it. Oh, I heard it right there, okay.
I just want to eat. Man, there's this girl on TikTok.
Yes, Jarella.
I love her.
I mean, 8 centimeters isn't really that much, to be fair, but whatever. All right, it's she is eating angry.
Big girl.
Very humble Muslim, wifey. That's a great point, Jarell. There's no food that's worth being so big. I don't know if Skinny's going to be on
It's so
later
unapologetic
tonight.
for it.
I think she might. So I don't want to send anybody directly anywhere else, but I am going to be heading out in just a minute. I doubt the bottom of that shirt is buttoned.
She just takes any criticism about her weight when she's eating.
That makes sense, Twinkle Toes, because why else would it be? That is a good point. And it's not how normally anybody acts, right? If that's your husband, she looks like a baby in a high chair. You know what, Pocket? That is a great, I mean, it's such a simple little statement, but it says so much, right?
And she makes hilarious
That is a great point.
it.
Trouble in fake paradise. Yeah, I did hear the door, at least this time. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to make it full 45 minutes, folks. I apologize for that. I love having you on. My voice is just a little bit raw tonight.
Hi guys.
I think we're actually going to end it right around here. I loved having you folks on as my guests here. You're just the best chat. I have such a great time when we're on here tonight. I hope the show tonight was entertaining for you. Here, I'll flash the Cash App one last time. If anybody watching the replay is kind enough, always appreciated. Never required, never necessary. All right, everybody. I hope you had a good night. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Hopefully next week I can give you something at least as good, if not even better. Good night, Rally. Oh, you're very welcome, Pocket. Bye, Wookie lover. And they very well may have been arguing behind the scenes. Ooh, Jarella with the good point. The doctor's not going to apologize when he has to give the bad news, right? Oh, you're very welcome, Freedom Deep. I'm glad that you folks enjoy it. Always a Chevy Silverado girl. Adios. Have a good night, Travis. You're very welcome, Archie. Have a great night. Absolutely, Jarella. I hope you enjoy it. All right, everyone. On that note, good night. I might see you later at Skinny's tonight. It's a bit late for me, but I will try to make it over there. Be blessed, everyone.